game I want to play is Simon Says. Or, in this instance, I suppose it would be Sherlock Says. But for the beginners, I think we'll just stick to the classic rules of Simon Says. And it's very easy. When I say Simon Says, I will immediately follow it with an action. And you have to do the action. But if I don't say Simon Says before I say the action, you don't do the action. Very simple, right? Okay, so let's get to it. Simon says to take a deep breath in, and Simon says to let that deep breath out. Simon says to do that 3 more times. Wouldn't it be screwed up if I just told you to exhale, but then I never gave you permission to inhale? I think that would be pretty screwed up. But I'm not going to do that. So instead, I'm going to say Simon Says to breathe normally for the rest of this video. Because if I just did a video of me saying Simon Says breathe in and breathe out, it would be a very long and tedious video. But either way, Simon says to close your eyes. Your eyes better be closed. Okay, now open your eyes. Your eyes should not be open right now. We're playing on the honor system, which means I expect you to be honest with whether you're cheating or not. So, your eyes should be closed right now because I did not say Simon Says before I told you to open your eyes. Okay. Simon says, with your eyes still closed, to let out a very, very, very satisfying stretch. The type of stretch that makes your legs shake. Are you doing it? I hope you're doing it because I just told you to, and I even preceded it with Simon Says. Okay. Now, I want you to, as safely as possible, crack your knuckles. You better not have cracked your knuckles, because I didn't tell you Simon Says. I just said crack your knuckles. I tried to mislead you by trying to crack my own knuckles, and I failed miserably. But I hope you didn't crack your knuckles. But now that you're thinking about it, you're thinking, man, I haven't cracked my knuckles in a while. I could really use a good knuckle crack right now. And it's just kind of, your fingers are feeling stiff right now, aren't they? As if that knuckle crack is there, but it's just waiting to come out. And it's driving you nuts now that your attention's to it. And you're just hoping that I say Simon Says. Okay, Simon says you can crack your knuckles if you want to. But only if you want to. My thumb could use a crack, but I can't seem to get it to pop. So that's gonna drive me nuts for the rest of this video. Okay. Simon says you can open your eyes if you want. Your eyes better have been closed that entire time, because I never told you you could open them. Except just now. So Simon says you can open your eyes. Okay, now, Simon says, look at my finger. Simon says, look at my finger. Alright, now look at my nose. You shouldn't have looked at my nose just now. If you looked at my nose, you lose. So you should still be looking at my finger. Alright, Simon says, look at my nose. Keep looking at my nose. If you're still looking at my nose, you just lost. You should be looking anywhere but my nose, because I didn't say Simon says, keep looking at my nose. So, did you just lose right now? Because that was a tricky one. I have lost many Simon Says games by not paying attention to what I was currently doing. But since we're beginners here, and this is a beginner's game, I'm gonna say that Simon Says if you just lost because of that previous instruction, you can still keep playing. Okay, now, Simon says to look at my eyes. Don't look at my nose. Simon says look at my eyes. And Simon says blink. Simon says blink. And Simon says blink. Now don't worry if you were blinking this entire time, at least when your eyes have been open. I'm not going to count that as a loss on your part. You can blink whenever you want. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Simon says you can blink whenever you want. Okay. Simon says, lie down. You might be sitting right now, or for some reason you might be standing. But Simon says to lie down. But if you are in a position or somewhere where you can't lay down, Simon says get comfortable. You don't necessarily have to lie down, but you do have to be comfortable. So, Simon says to get comfortable. Okay. Should we try to make things a bit more difficult? Or should we try to keep things about the same as they have been? We've got options. We've got so many options. Well, I have options. You don't. You only have the options that I give you. So Simon says to pick a finger and look at it. Simon says to follow that finger. Switch fingers. says, "Stop following my fingers." And Simon now says, to do what Sherlock says. And Sherlock says, you know what? Sherlock says to let out a yawn. A very nice yawn. A very, very big yawn. The yawn you do when you're this close to bed after a long day at work or school, or if it's just been a busy day and you can finally rest. Let out the mother of all yawns. So Sherlock says, let out the mother of all yawns. Okay. Now, Sherlock says, get some comfy clothes on. Sherlock says to get some comfy clothes on. Now, if you're not somewhere where you can get comfy clothes on, Sherlock says at your soonest opportunity to get some comfy clothes on. Whatever that might be for you. If comfy clothes for you is a three-piece suit or a nightgown, go for it. If comfy clothes for you are sweatpants or leggings, go for it. If comfy clothes for you is pajamas or a onesie, go for it. Now, Sherlock says, make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're hydrated. Drink some coffee. You better not have drank some coffee just now. You better not have. I don't recall saying Sherlock says. I don't recall saying Simon says. So, you better not have drank some coffee just now. Sherlock says to drink some water at whatever temperature you prefer. However, Sherlock also says that drinking boiling water is probably not a good idea. Okay. Sherlock says that if you haven't already, and if you're preparing for bed, to brush your teeth. Because good dental hygiene can never be understated. Good dental hygiene can never be understated. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. Okay. Now, Sherlock says, if you're in a position to be able to do so, get ready for bed. Get all snuggled up and get ready for bed. And now, Sherlock says to do what Simon says. Okay, now, go to sleep. Go to sleep. You're not going to sleep. Why aren't you going to sleep? Oh, that's right. I didn't say Simon says. I guess you just can't go to sleep yet. How unfortunate for you. Okay then. Simon says to get all bundled up under the covers if you're in an IKEA right now, I guess you just gotta find one of those pre-made beds and just get all bundled up. Why are you listening to ASMR in an IKEA? Okay, now, Simon says to get all cozy. Now, you might be thinking, getting all bundled up, doesn't that count as cozy? No, 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 no. Bundled up just means wrapping yourself up in blankets and fleeces and anything that makes you warm. Getting cozy. Cozy is a state of mind as well as a state of physical being. So you had better be cozy right now. Get all cozy. Sorry, Simon says get all cozy. Little bit of repetition never hurt anyone. A little bit of repetition never hurt anyone. Repetition never hurt anyone. Okay, now Simon says to go to sleep. Simon says close your eyes. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. Sorry, Sherlock says inhale deeply and exhale deeply. And go to sleep. Simon says go to sleep. Simon says go to sleep. Are you not going to sleep? Simon told you to go to sleep, so you should be going to sleep. Simon says go to sleep. Simon says to have a good night. Simon says to have a good night's sleep. And Simon says to have sweet dreams. And Simon also says to do your best tomorrow, in whatever form that might be. Okay. Good night. Sweet dreams. And Simon says,